everyone. So for today I'm going to review my retro style Masters of the Universe Panthor and Battle Cat. So here are the two mounts. So first and foremost, these guys are pretty much repaints of each other, so I'm going to unmask them. So as you can see, they look it's pretty much the same figure, but one is painted as Panthor, this is the non-flock version, and the other as Battle Cat. And their saddles are repaints too. The major difference they have is Battle Cat comes with his helmet. So for this one, let's take a look at their articulation. But I'm going to show you Panthor first. But first, I'll just give you guys a quick 360 of the figs. That's side view of Panthor. Just gotta slide his armor there. Side view of Panthor. Top view. Nice saddle over there. Nice details going on. Rear view. Bottom view. And the front view. Here's Battle Cat. That's a close-up of his front view. Nice helmet, by the way. Nice sculpting there. I like, and yeah, I like these grooves they put. Nice little horn he's got going on here. It's a red version of Panthor's saddle. There it is. Top view, side view, bottom view, this side, and rear view. So let's get to the articulation. For that, I'll just show you Panthor. The saddle is removable. You just have to unstrap it from the bottom. Comes off. And this is the figure. Their articulation is identical. So pretty basic articulation. This goes this far out, this far back, this far out, this far back. They can twist at the elbow area and they can bend forwards, that far out, that far back. No articulation in his paws. For the rear, that far back, that far out front. The tail's articulate too. It can up and down and spin it all around. So it's enough articulation to make him look like he's sort of twitching his tail. So you could make stop motions of this guy. It'll look like he's twitching his tail. The head's got some articulation going on too. He could stretch, he can open his jaw this far out. He can close his jaw that much. They didn't paint his front teeth. Basically just his incisors are painted. So you can see there, close up. Same thing with Battle Cat. So I'm going to remove Battle Cat's helmet to show it to you. So you could paint that on your own. I probably plan to paint that on my own eventually. But the tongue's got some nice texturing. Got little dimples in the tongue, those little holes in the tongue. Taste buds, so to speak. So, yeah. He doesn't really look so much like Cringer when you take his helmet off, but I guess it'll do. He kind of doubles in size when he transforms. Going back to articulation, the head goes up and down. You can also spin around his face. Turn this around, has some articulation here. It's kind of got some cat-like articulation where he doesn't really look at you straight on. It's kind of cantered to a side when you twist it, but that is his articulation. He's got a painted black nose. This guy, yeah, looks close enough. They're really pretty much the same figure, but painted differently. Repaints. Got his green fur, shade of green, and his orange stripe pattern. The tail doesn't have any, sadly, but that's fine, I guess. So these figures are from the retro line. They're actually built for smaller figures. But if you watch the show, for me at least, these guys scale pretty well with the larger 7-inch figures. Because, you know, Panthor is not that huge in the show. He's kind of like Skeletor's pet. And so is Battle Cat. Now, this saddle is designed for smaller figures, but the 7-inch line is articulate enough to sit on him. And I don't know, the dimensions look more realistic with these figures, in the sense that they kind of match the cartoon more, where Battle Cat and Panthor are big, but not super big. So that's how they look. Alright, so now I'm going to show you their boxes. I have already folded up their boxes for storage, but let's start off with Battle Cats. This was a square box before I flattened it out, but you know, before I had it flattened out. But this is how it looks now. It's got nice art of Battle Cat without his helmet, and He-Man. So yeah, that's pretty good. Terrifies every enemy, removable armor and headpiece, carries He-Man into battle. So that's Battle Cat. Nice artwork going on there with Castle Grayskull in the back. He-Man looking all, ready for battle with his grimacing face. Has the sides. Battle Cat fighting Tiger. Battle Cat fighting Tiger. Modern retro posing. At the back, you get to see there's a shot, an artwork of him, very nice artwork, battling out Skeletor. Strong, agile, and ferocious, the fateful Battle Cat charges into battle with He-Man on his back and Skeletor in his sights. There he is, pouncing at Skeletor. These are the figures it actually goes with, these retro line figures, which are a lot smaller. They kind of remind me of the old school Hasbro figs. There's the bottom two of the box of the old school Hasbro wrestling figs, the proportions at least, though they are bigger. There. Now I'm gonna show you Panthors. So Panthor's got some pretty nice art going on over there. There he is, Panthor with Skeletor riding him. Panthor, Savage Cat, an awesome, fearless fighter, removable armor, carries Skeletor into battle. That's nice artwork over there with Tila on a horse, or is that a unicorn? I think it's a unicorn. It's got a horn. Tila on a unicorn and He-Man on Battle Cat. Castle Grayskull over there. Skeletor. Got some artwork here with these dinosaur-looking creatures. Panthor, Savage Cat. On this side, you got more Masters of the Universe. There's Fisto and I forgot who the name of the centaur guy is, but there's Fisto over there. In the back, there he is, fiercely obedient to Skeletor. Panthor carries his nefarious master into combat. So, modernizing and celebrating the original 80s Masters of the Universe action figures. Masters of the Universe Origins gives you the power to pose Eternia's greatest wars as retro-style figures, or in new action-packed battle positions. So, these are the figures on the line. So it really goes with these figures, but for me it scales better with the bigger figures. So here is my 7-inch He-Man, and for me it scales better. And as mentioned, though it's not a perfect fit, they could be made to fit, and the scaling looks pretty good. So that's He-Man atop Battle Cat, and Skeletor could ride Panthor. So as I said, they're not really made for these figures, but for me they scale better, so I got them, and they look pretty good actually. And it's just enough posability to get them into decent mounting poses. I mean, you can't really make him realistically leaping and bounding because of the lack of articulation, but it's good enough. It's good enough for them to stand menacingly on your shelf. And there's enough posability to play with them, so it's pretty good. I wish though their front teeth were painted, but I could remedy that. I could paint them myself. It kind of looks like he's just got fangs and gums, but I could paint those eventually. And there they are. So these retro Battle Cat and retro style Panthor are pretty good for the Masterverse lineup here, for my 7-inch He-Man and my Barbarian Skeletor. So I used to really like watching the Masters of the Universe cartoon, the reruns, and yeah. Panthor was in the first few episodes, but he started coming out less and less. But Battle Cat was always there, so it's pretty cool to have Battle Cat and He-Man. And for me, mix matching this Masterverse size with this retro Battle Cat looks pretty good, in my opinion. So anyways, that's all I have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed the review.
Yeah.